lights flickered off in Nashville's gloomy glow. I guess she wasn't 20, but she looked my 45, and it broke my heart to leave her there with the few bucks I had spared. I walk all the way around this world to never wear those shoes.
In Nashville, dreams are made and broken as artists try to align the elements needed to break through to stardom. As Paul was putting the final touches on his album, I found out what his vision is for this record and met with the people behind the scenes.
So I helped to feed the hunger that I knew would never fill, and she did her best to smile as I stole a few more miles. What I'm trying to do different is actually create music that I think is sincere. Because when I see it, you know, and that, and I wouldn't want to cite a particular example because I don't want to shred somebody else's music. When I'm working out at the gym and I see some of this stuff come on CMT, I don't buy it. I listen to it, and I think it lacks sincerity. What it actually has is a whole bunch of effort to fit a mold.
All of that, really, you know, it was, the record companies keep a tight rein on how much stuff you got to pick from, really. And they try to keep it all sounding alike. They're copying each other, and people get caught up in that. And I think a lot of people think they like stuff, but they really don't. I think it's a herd instinct.
And to actually be able to be marketed to people as good-looking, as, you know, sounding crisp and clear, and, you know, being like the perfect suit you put on and have, you know, it's just tailor-made for a particular scene that they're trying to create, rather than letting the artist create that scene by themselves and develop their own following. And it's something I don't really understand, but when I look at it, I'm like, wow, why with all this wonderful music out there, played music my whole life, why with all this wonderful music out there, every single one of these 50 songs on this chart, something I don't even want to hear? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. So I think that probably sums up why I'm trying to do something different. But, you know, I needed to be encouraged that way. I needed to have Nels originally say, I need these demos that I want, and then I needed it to come the way of, wow, we need you to sing this because you wrote the stuff in the first place, and there's more conviction there when you're singing it. Then I needed Jack to turn around and say, no, do your thing. Then I needed Jack to say, okay, finally in the end, as the last recording session went, get a guitar, put it around your neck, stand there, tell the band how these songs go, tell the band how the melodies need to go, and lead the band through those. And it started to happen. These musicians are incredible, and at first intimidating. And finally you realize, well, what the heck, I've been doing this for 28 years. I know something about this, you know. And so, yeah, I led them through the songs, and
Was that a turning point for the record?
I think it was a big turning point for not only this record, but me as an artist, yeah. For the record, yeah, we got songs that will definitely go on the record. And they are not old-fashioned country, so to speak, but they are certainly paying respect to where respect is due to a music that is just trying to tell a story, or it's just trying to be a song and be good, rather than be a song that's going to fit at the next CMT Awards. And so I think what's happening now is the something different. It's the ability to come forward and say, you know, okay, I have something to bring to this too. And I think that last session really made me realize, which we kind of knew the whole while, we need a band. I can go and play it acoustically, and I can go jump on stage with somebody who can read a chart, but really the sound that's starting to come about, the band had to work toward us, or work to get there with us. We had to tell them, this is what we want to hear. This is, you know, and it took shaking the things around. We had a lead guitar player who's a fabulous lead guitar player. And in the end, we brought him in to play acoustic. It wasn't to demean it, but his clean guitar was fabulous, and he was a fabulous musician. Well, he went in there, and he knew what we were looking for more, so we recorded Pearl. And he had a great time with it, and I think we captured the heart and soul of this musician on Pearl.
Yeah.
And it sounds great, you know. And so the band started to read us. We need that in a band that can run and travel and play these songs live and get to touch people by the masses and tell them where to go to get more of the music.
Do you have any ideas of people, maybe people you know or anything like that? Do you have anything in mind?
Not right now, but Nels likes Broadway, and
That's true.
There's a lot of
there's
talent.
a lot of talent
Downtown here.
We'll let Nels answer that
Well,
first.
Broadway's, in my opinion, is kind of the home of where the roots of the music that I like really came from. You know, the Ryman's down there, the Grand Ole Opry where it used to play, and then right down the street from the Ryman is Broadway, and a lot of the acts and artists would hang out and wait for their call to come and play, and they would just be hanging out there, and it turned out that you had guys like Christopherson and Willie Nelson and Waylon, and it goes back to Hank Williams, really hanging out on Broadway, and I just love the feel of the old country feel. I'm not into modern country at all.
So we go down to Broadway the first time, and I got a taste of it and a flavor for it. And I guess what I would like to see more of, and I would love to do it on Broadway, is I would like to see more of a leap of faith. I would like to see these musicians turn around and say, you know what, Willie came down here and Willie played his song, and that I'm going to play my song. And that's why I'm really, really right now at a point where I want to build a band, and I want to play this live, and I think we're going to get a live album one day that rules because it's our music.
Certainly there's the talent pool down there to pull from to get a great band.
Yes.
You know, as a start, and I'm sure I've only seen the tip of the iceberg as far as what's going on in Nashville.
About LA.
Scary.
Yeah, yeah, scary. That's
I
the
wouldn't
word.
even be doing anything.
Yeah.
I'd just be like sitting there in a seat shaking.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a little bit scary because you don't know if they're going to ignore you, and you're going to be playing, and all of a sudden everybody's going to go get drinks, and they're going to walk away, and you're going to be like, oh man, all this effort and all this time, all this money, all this heartache, turned into a whole bunch of people walking away from me, and but that's the risk.
It's I just say they're good songs. They're good quality songs. Find the right person that can do it properly, and any of them could be hits. One thing that I'm real pleased about that's happened along the way is that he's become not just a singer, but a guitar player singer. Play lead, step out and take the lead, run the band.
Yeah, and that happened
Rather
last.
than, go around, doing this all the time. He's out there leading the band like, Carl Perkins, Eric Clapton or somebody. But, no, he brings a lot to the table. He's got talent, plays guitar, and he sings, and he writes, and he can engineer. He's a package. He ain't a bad-looking kid,
Myself, if a group came in and had this arsenal of material, and they set up camp at one of these places on Broadway, and I walked in and they kicked off with Solid Gold and went into Toby's Boat, I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me. Now this is country music, and this is new country? We're back on track, man. Where do I sign?
All right.
I want to back this program because this is what I dig. But how everyone else is gonna dig it, I don't know. My gut feeling is that people my age are gonna dig it. And even a little younger than me. I don't know about 20-year-olds.
Yeah, I think they're ready for it because you figure you go to Broadway, and this is one of the things I enjoy about Broadway, and it's like you might see a little bit of a cynical, played a million cover songs and hundreds of covered shows and whatever, and it's funny where they play this modern music by whoever. I'm not going to name any names, but and I don't like it. It's like blah 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 to me. Then all of a sudden they kick into Folsom Prison Blues. Or one time they actually did play Don't You Think This Outlaw Bit's Done Got Out of Hand, and the place just lights up. You watch everybody, young and old, just go, this is it right here. And in that one song by the more modern artist who is on country right now, the reaction was not the same. The decibel level of the crowd goes up, the energy level of the crowd goes up. And it might be just because it's legitimate. We're not trying to pawn off some kind of idea or market some kind of lifestyle. It's just real. And I think that's why it stood the test of time.
How lucky